Yeah, Mothula. So now we cut down one of his wings and we can keep going, and now he becomes a regular Mothula. And he's trying to spit those things out at me. So he'll turn around, face at you with his butt, and then spit out the annoying guys that slow you down. He's not that hard. Just hit him with your leaf, stun him for a little bit, cut off his wings, and then he just becomes a regular moth. But most importantly, we have ourselves the boomerang, of course. Target specific objects by holding the button. You set it to an aiming at something until the red targeting cursor changes to the little flash thing. You can target 5 objects at once, and I have to say, this is probably my favorite item in the game. It's just such a cool item. Not only can you pick up items like you always can, but you can target different things. You can target up to 5 targets. Target 5 targets, yes. And guess what? These P-hats, suddenly they're a joke. So take their leaf, hit them once with the boomerang to make them wingless, hit them with your boomerang again to kill them. So let's try to get this guy too, because I really hate P-hats. Got him. That simple. It really is that simple. We have a thing we can climb. So here's something new that we haven't done before. So if you press ZR to stop and you pull it up like this, you can climb. And I don't know if we've done that before, but it's pretty neat. So we're climbing all the way to the top, because clearly there's something up here. It looks like it's over. Um, so make our way to the top. I guess I can't climb it. Wait for the elevator to come down. And get our treasure. We don't know what it is, but it's worth it. Joy pendant, of course it's worth it. And with that, we can just jump down. And last second, I didn't mean to go that far. Oh! It's okay, he becomes a lot easier with the boomerang. You can just stun him, and that's that. And also with the boomerang, you can just kill these guys from a distance, if you're so inclined. I might as well. Spin attack, got it. Most enemies become really dumb and easy to kill with the boomerang, at least the ones we've faced so far, which are, everyone in this particular level. So we didn't mean to go down as far as we did. So let's head back up here and let's get rid of these guys and move on ahead. So here's an interesting little room. We're actually way above where we were earlier, um, you can actually cut down these vines. Not necessary, but in order to get a clear, I guess, way across. Yeah. More joy pendants. And now that we're up here, cut these vines down. Bam. Indeed. We're almost done with this particular level. So let's jump down. We're not going to kill ourselves here. And let's make our way out to the bottom here like this. And if you want to get out, you do that and it makes wind come out of the plant. And all you have to do is take out your leaf and actually float. It'll float you up to the top. So in case you want to get back out, which we don't want to do right. We're missing one item, very important, and that is the big key. So knowing what we're looking for, all right, let's cut to the chase and get rid of all these guys because obnoxious. Very good. Oh, with the stupid choo-choos that I forgot about. Let's jump it down. Now, choo-choos can swim. I don't really know if I would call it oh, come on. Swimming as much as I would call it, I guess they float on the surface of the water. But a good way to just be rid of them and not have to worry about them is to just let them fall in the water because they can't attack you. They're pretty much done for once they're in the water. I'm not going to risk just to get their jelly. Alright, got myself a little bit of jelly. That's all I wanted. Those tentacles, if they grab you, they'll suck out your magic power, so we'll just dive across them like that and try to avoid them altogether. So, here's a cool room that I really enjoy this part of the level. Let's just hop across first, grab this treasure chest. I don't know, a lot of people may not like how sometimes the Zelda games reuse the puzzles, maybe even some of the plot elements, like we were talking about when we were on not Offset Island, but Windfall. Actually, I'm going to switch these up because I tend to use X more than I use Y. Yeah, anyway. We were talking about it when we were on Windfall Island, how it's very reminiscent of Majora's Mask, where you have to find the little children that hide in the village, and it's a little mini game, I guess you can say. Why wrong button? Can you just, for goodness sake, take out your shield? Thank you. What are you dropping for me? Yeah, so you have to find the kids. They're hidden around the island, and in Majora's Mask, you do the same thing with what are they called? The Happy Something Society, the kids. And it's the way that you get into the observatory. and you have to find them and catch them. And I always found that really fun, and I don't know, maybe a lot of people didn't like that. I actually liked it a lot, and I didn't mind that they reused that puzzle kind of thing for this game. And that brings me to this area, this dungeon. We're about to enjoy, I guess, a part of this level that if you've played Minish Cap will be very familiar to you. Because they use the same kind of mechanic with the Gust Jar, I think it's called, where you can suck stuff with the jar and then you can blow things back kind of like you do with the leaf here. It's pretty much, I wouldn't call it the same exact thing, but it's similar enough that, you know, you can do some of the same kind of puzzles with the two items. And I really don't mind it. I mean, if it works, why not reuse it? As long as you don't overdo it, I actually don't mind it. And I don't think it's a gameplay mechanic that Nintendo has abused. And speaking of Nintendo and Zelda, with the Wii U version having been delayed, a lot of people are really upset about that. And I'm a little disappointed myself, to be honest, but is it the end of the world to me? It really isn't. From what we've heard, it's going to be a very big game, and, you know, maybe, I don't want to say Nintendo doesn't have the experience in making a big game like that, because, I mean, I don't see that it's too much different from what they've done with other games. Maybe other Zelda games haven't been as open world. But, you know, if they need a little extra time to make the game as good as it can be, I really don't understand why everyone's so upset. I get it. We were all expecting the game this year, and they always delay Zelda games, but, you know, I don't mind it. I'd rather have a complete game than an unfinished one. And to be honest, a lot of games throughout the industry these days are being released unfinished. And in my opinion, that is unacceptable. But whatever. Anyway, we've, as you saw me, hopefully I didn't need to explain it, but and I recommend grabbing them at every opportunity because, like I said, some of them are pieces of heart, and I think they're worth getting every single time. And no, every piece of heart is not necessary to beat the game, but it does make the game easier. So with that done, we're back in this room, and yeah, that plant regrew its tentacles, or tendrils, vines, whatever you want to call them, and we have to cut them down again. Let's just take care of that. And yeah, the Octorok is also back. So in that short amount of time, okay, so this time he didn't leave me anything. But here we go. So, standing on top of this floating plant, we use our leaf to kind of propel us forward. And yes, it's very similar indeed to what happened in Minish Cap. Oh. I did have my shield up, I'm not crazy. Yes. The heart is what I really want. Watch out for the tentacles that appear. And with the boomerang, we can stun the choo-choos and get them with our sword. Don't get caught. Like I told you earlier, it'll drain your magic. But we can just roll our way out through. Yeah, we're stuck in here. And we're about to have to kill all the enemies in the level. We proceed. What we're gonna do is get these crystals, and we can do 5 at a time, conveniently enough. And here we go. All 5 crystals have been activated, and we can run down and get the treasure chest. But before we do that, here. Actually, I can't yet. Because... Okay, this is a good experiment. I told you guys I wanted to find out if I could fall off, and I can't. Link will not let go of the rope. So that's good. But anyway, now that we have that, we can jump down here, and we can grab the big key, and... I'm assuming this is the big key. It's the only thing we haven't gotten yet, right? Indeed, it is the big key. Use it to gain entrance to the boss room. And how annoying is this, am I right? That's okay, we have the boomerang now. And with the boomerang, life is a lot easier, believe me. Something I really like is they'll hit each other actually, which I think is hilarious. They actually will hit each other. Oh man, I did not mean to break that. So yeah, when they take their gigantic swings and and they hit you, stand close to them. Make sure they're standing close to each other also, because you can't block my boomerang. Get out of here. Right. Anyway. That annoyance out of the way, we can make our way back up to the tree, swing across, and go through. And we're back in this room. If you remember this room, we were here earlier. I want to drop down. Choo-choo's here, but not a big deal. There's another. I do want to grab the jelly before it disappears. And I want to get rid of the... And there's one left. Alright. Good enough. And that's it. We have the master key, the boss key, whatever. And we can take a look at our map. And we need to go to the second floor. So we need to make our way up to the second floor. And we do that by activating the leaf, like I said. And get off. Come on. That's so stupid. I love this game and everything, but sometimes, I mean, I'm having a lot of Alright, we are doing this. We're doing this again. Okay. Third time's a charm. There we go.